clerks that have to be ready and prepared for the next day. So they're here a long time. They do it without the cameras on them. They're working behind the scenes and make everybody around here look good.
Assistant Senate Clerk Kristen Canterbury has more than 2 decades of experience here. Canterbury says the volume of bills has never been higher, but the advance in technology means staffers don't have to stay until 3:30 in the morning and be back at 7 a.m. anymore.
Over the years, the workflow has improved to the point where it's rare that I'm not leaving at least by midnight, which is a huge improvement.
Steve Harrison, a former high school, college, and semi-pro football player, knows his X's and O's and compares his clerk team to the O's, as in a string of tough offensive linemen.
So unfortunately, usually if they're noticed, it's because of something that went wrong. Just like an offensive lineman, you don't generally get noticed unless you have a penalty or miss a block or something.
For many decades before Lee Cassis became Senate clerk, former senators of the majority party were chosen to man the clerk office helm. But in 2018, by unanimous vote, Lee Cassis was elected clerk, a nonpartisan, richly experienced staffer.
Most of the members here knew me from that, and they knew they could trust me, that I was here to do the job, and no political funny business out of me, nor the staff in the clerk's office.
First be referred to the Committee on Finance. Respectfully submitted, Chandler Swope, Chair.
Cassis says a colleague's illness forced him into clerk reading. Several years of reading later, he still remembers some sound advice.
His tips were never eat peanut butter or chocolate before you go out there because it'll choke you up. And if you don't know a word, just mumble over it and keep going.
Our Committee on Health and Human Resources has had under consideration Senate Bill 830.
No mumbling from House Leader Joe Koval, who started in the House of Delegates back in 1981 as the IT guy who helped commandeer the then new voting and sound systems.
At that time, there was nobody here who was technical enough to look after that equipment, so I volunteered to do that during the sessions. Our Committee on Education has had under consideration Senate Bill 723, requiring Department of Education develop.
Vietnam veteran Koval began reading for the House in 1995, a natural for a language major with a BA in Spanish, a minor in French, and a love of articulation at 25 years and counting.
I would like to be the reader in the cigar factory because I like to read to people. I like to read to my kids, which I did. And you do it so much, pretty soon the words go from your eye to your mouth. There's no intervention by the brain. It's just like that. Occasionally you have to use your brain for difficult things, but when you do that so long, it's just in and out, in and out, in and out.
After the 60-day session, no, they don't go to the Bahamas for the next 10 months. There are hundreds of bills to process and get to the governor, and all those journals and publications to print.
That generally takes us the rest of the year.
Then it's time to start again when a new session begins. I'm Randy Yohe for the Legislature Today.
Tomorrow on the Legislature Today, we'll have an update on the House of Delegates budget, and the interim chancellor of the Higher Education Policy Commission will be our guest. I'm Emily Allen, and for everyone here at West Virginia Public Broadcasting, thanks for joining us and have a great evening.